Hello everyone, this is CD Hawk the Classic Pro, and today I am finally back. We are going to be playing Sonic Advance 3, released in 2004 for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. The final Sonic Advance game, and the final game released for the Game Boy Advance. And, this is actually probably my favorite Sonic Advance game in the trilogy. It probably is. It wasn't necessarily my favorite before, but this game is actually special to me because it's the first Sonic game that I've ever owned. It's the game that made me love Sonic and made me love video games as a whole. If it wasn't for this game, I probably wouldn't have been the man I am today. So here's the main menu, and we have a Chow looking at whatever is highlighted on the screen, and the background music is a remix of one of the Chow themes in Sonic from Chow Racing themes from Sonic Adventure 2, which is actually pretty cool. So here's the character select screen. We can choose Sonic, we can't choose Amy, we can't choose Cream, and we can't choose Knuckles yet. But we can choose Tails as well. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to unlock all the other characters. We actually can choose 2 characters this time. So we're going to choose Sonic and Tails. Here is a bit of a plot. The other games didn't start off like this, where we have a bit of plot sequence, or I guess you could say this is a cutscene. Eggman's trying to build Eggman Land once again. And here we have Sonic and Tails running through a void. Don't press the button! And everything is... I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So here is the hub world, too. On the first zone, Route 99. That is a factory ring. We can change the characters in there. We'll check it out later on. We can perform what is called tag action. I will be talking about that later on, as it is one of the main gimmicks of the entire game. So here is the special spring. I call it the special spring, but we can't jump on it, at least not yet. We can't use it without a special key, and I will be showing you guys that as well. This is going to be a 100% run. Here is an act ring. We jump into it. We enter an act. This is Act 1. Here is Route 99 Act 1. And what I just collected was a hiding Chow. And there are 10 Chow hiding in each zone. And most of the time, the Chow are hiding in each act in the game. So as you can see, the main gameplay plays a lot more like Sonic Advance 2, but it's not as fast as Sonic Advance 2, but it is faster than Advance 1, because Advance 1 was, in my opinion, the slowest of the trilogy, because Advance 1 played a bit more like the classic games. Advance 2 was its own thing, and Advance 3 is like a balance, in my opinion. It's like a mixture of both games, even though it looks a lot more like Advance 2. There's a lot more platforming, and the level design isn't as linear as it was in Advance 2. So I'm going to be collecting all the Chow, and I'm going to be getting all the gold rings the gold, the gold rankings. Yeah, this game has a ranking system, by the way. There are 3 ranks. You get the bronze rank. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. Here is the minigame room. They call it rooms instead of whatever. You enter it, and then you have to defeat all the enemies. There are 8 enemies per minigame. Now, not all the minigames are like this. There's one of these per zone, but there are actually 2 minigame rooms per zone. There are 2 different types per zone. I keep saying per zone because I need to get... I need to make myself clear. So, you have to destroy all the enemies. The faster you destroy all the enemies, the more lives you will get, you will earn. The max amount of lives you can earn in a minigame room are 5. So that was one of the main game rooms. Destroy 8 badniks in the minigame room. And I'll be showing you guys what the second one is later on. So here is Route 99 Act 2. May I just point out that this is actually a bit different. It's not often that a Sonic game starts off in a city, because usually the classic Sonic tradition is that all the zones start off in a grassland slash forest slash jungle slash island type level. That's always been the Sonic tradition. But this time around, well, wait, did I say jungle? Maybe not jungle, but all the other types. But this time around, we start off in a city, which is a nice change of pace. A nice way to break the boundaries. Because another Sonic game that started off in a city, well, I mean, yeah. Because in the hero story of Sonic Adventure 2, you start off in a city. The Dark story, you start off in a base. So yeah. So I like this. I like how they changed this. We start off in a city. Now, a lot of people actually dislike Sonic Advance 3 for the level design. At least from what I've noticed from a few YouTubers that I watch, that I know about on YouTube. But like I said, I think this is the best in the trilogy. So, as you can see, I'm actually playing this on an emulator. I'm not playing the game on the cartridge because the reason why I'm playing an emulator instead of the cartridge version is because I need to make sure that I don't mess up anything. I want to make this playthrough in the best way I can without messing up, because this game autosaves. Every time you obtain a Chow, the game automatically saves. It doesn't matter if you're in a level. The game automatically saves. The only things that don't save are your life count and the minigame rooms. When you turn off the game, when you reset the game, the minigame rooms regenerate and you can enter them again. But once you enter them, you can't go back unless you reset the game, like I said. So now we're playing as Tails, and he plays just like he did in Sonic Advance 2 and Sonic Advance 1. Well, one of the things that returned from Sonic Advance 2 was Boost Mode, but Boost Mode can only be accessed if you have Sonic on your team, or if you're playing as Sonic. As long as Sonic is on your team, or at least your tag partner, you can access boost mode anytime. If Sonic is not your tag partner, then if you're not playing as Sonic, or if Sonic's not on, or if Sonic's not your tag partner, then you can't access boost mode freely. Which is something I should be talking about right now, the tag action. This is one of the key factors in the game that you have to learn if you want to get good at it or master the game. If you want to get through the game, is a very important factor. If you hold down the R button, you can perform tag action, and each character has different tag actions. The character that you're playing as cannot perform tag actions for themselves, but when you have your partner character will but you hold down the R button, and your tag partner, in this case Sonic, will perform their tag action with you. In this case, Sonic can give you instant access to boost mode. Tails will fling you high into the air as opposed to a regular jump, giving you full height, allowing you to get to higher places at a really fast pace. And when you jump, Tails will fly you. You can have Tails fly you. So I just collected all 10 Chow in Route 99. So now I have to go collect the special key, which is one of the things that people don't like about Sonic Advance 3. The ways of getting to the special stage. So here's the special key. You have to collect these, and you have to finish the act without dying. If you do die, you do get another chance. What I do like about the game is that they sometimes, well, most of the time, they just throw the keys right in your face. But if you do die, and if you reach a checkpoint, you do get another chance of collecting it before you finish the stage. But if you just leave the stage, you won't get the special key. You have to finish it, which is unfortunate. But like I said, it's not as bad as Sonic Advance 2. So here's the special stage in question, and these are actually probably the best special stages of the Sonic Advance trilogy, in my opinion. It's not too easy, but it's also not too difficult either. I mean, the difficulty spikes, obviously, as the special stages progress. The controls are not as wacky as Sonic Advance 2, or collecting the rings are not as... ring collecting is not as scarce as Sonic Advance 2. I mean, Sonic Advance 1, I mean. It's really good. You can also, basically you're riding on the tornado, and you have to move the character to where the rings are. And there are times where you can jump, or where you have to jump if you want to collect some of the rings. Like, rings will be in an arc, and you have to jump to get all the rings. So that is the end of Special Stage 1. We obtained the first Chaos Emerald with no problem whatsoever. I mean, the first Sonic Advance had the hardest special stages, in my opinion. I mean, when you screw up on the first special stage, that's when you know it's actually really difficult. But that's just my opinion. people probably didn't struggle as much as I did. Then again, they probably did. So here's the boss room. This is where we go in order to finish off the zone. But you can only access the boss room after you finish the first 3 acts, all 3 acts. I should talk about that later on. There are 3 acts instead of 2. Here is Jeanne Moreau, or Gimmeral. He doesn't do much. We're gonna be encountering him a lot in the game as the game goes on. More about him later on. So here is the Egg Hammer Tank Mark III, I believe. If I'm incorrect about the name, I will subtitle it. So the way this machine works is that Eggman will hammer himself to one direction, and depending on the position of the character, is where Eggman is going to land on the hammer. If you jump in the center, Eggman will slam down on top of you, and you won't be able to hit because Eggman will be way too out of reach. You won't be able to hit him unless you risk losing rings. And the thing about bosses in Sonic Advance 3, I really love the bosses in this game. The bosses are great. And it's important to note that when you're hitting a boss, when you're hitting Eggman, the invincibility frames are really long. They're like 3 seconds. You won't be able to get a hit. You won't be able to get in multiple hits like you would in the first 2 games. Which is one of the things I like about this about Advance 3. It makes the bosses a little bit more challenging. You see speedrunners cheesing the bosses, the first boss in Advance 1 and Advance 2. Only takes like 5 seconds to destroy those things, to destroy the bosses in the game. But no, that's not the case for Advance 3. The bosses last longer. And I think that's just what makes the bosses a little more challenging. Also, what makes the bosses great is that none of them are like Advance 2, where you have to chase every single Eggmobile. I really don't like the bosses in Advance 2. Anyway, that's the end of the video. The way that these videos are going to work for Advance 3, 1 zone per video. So next time we will be moving on to Zone 2 in Part 2. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next time. I'm finally back. By the way, videos won't be too frequent since I have a job now. See you guys next time.